As promised, I'm back again at Couchiching Beach Park. Now this central lawn here is where in the summer, say Canada Day, they have the big, well, big in the area it covers, but little. It's a train for the kids, you know, they have a conductor and someone drives it and they have the train tracks laid out and everything. But these rocks here that used to, when it was brand new, spell out Couchiching Park. That's gonna be one of the first pictures I get. So get closer until all the letters are in range, but not so close that they're out of range. So I think that's about our limit as far as width. So there's the picture. And we move on up to the amphitheater from there. Now I want to see if the train tracks are still around, because they might have been taken. No? Yeah, there they go. There they are. See? The train station, the train tracks. There's a good thumbnail. If I move along this way a little bit, should be able to get the station without the trees in the way. And the tracks are still in range, because that'll be a good video for the preview for the model train show. Now if my memory's correct, this is the northern edge of the park, so it's the perfect place to start. And we'll just walk south to the skateboard park, but here you go. Here's a good view of the actual surface area of the train track segment, see? So it does a roundabout and it goes all through the trees and all along there. And you can see here, there you go, there's the train station schedule. So Canada Day to Labor Day, so summer only. Captivating hearts of the young and not so young since 1981. Yeah, that's good. Front door, there's the schedule again. And this is the trail I used to rollerblade on when I came down the park. And that was, well, at least 17 years ago. You go along this road and you get further down and you run into the rich homes. Okay, so now we truly start the journey south in the park. You can see an example there. And we'll go over to the Rotary Aqua Theater here. That's something that I talked about in my book. And I have a few journal entries of Canada Days here. And when I saw that episode of Columbo with the conductor who was in the amphitheater in Los Angeles, that's what this reminded me of. Or it reminded me of this one. And because it's not sunny, it's actually a little cool here today. But there you go. There's the amphitheater. And there's the going down towards the park. And with the trees. There you go. Okay, so back down we go to the trail, and we'll pick this up once we're down there. First, of course, we'll go out to the end of the dock and see what good views we can get of Lake Couchiching. You can see once again, just like Centennial Park and Barrie, a whole bunch of Canada geese all over. Yeah. Alright, so no fishing or swimming from the dock, but it doesn't say anything about no filming. Here's the first view. You just go out all the way. They say no swimming, and yet they have ladders at the end of the dock for you to get into the water. Now, I don't know if that means that boats come along here, and those are the ladders to board them or not, but you see? Just like Deep River. A tree at the edge. Now, of course, this is a lot bigger than the Ottawa River. So there's Lake Couchiching from the north end out around, there, pictures along the way. The south end and the condos, that's where we'll end up. The Leacock area is way out there. There's the rest of the beach. So, and the Canada geese. So we'll go back and walk through the playground and try to find that parking lot that somehow I missed this time when I last parked along there February of 16. The same day I saw Ryan, my old friend Ryan from the Teletech days, before he joined Canada Post. It took me another 11 years, but I joined Canada Post in a fashion by getting trained as a postal clerk in the military. Might as well have a brief interlude of a wildlife video with the Canada geese walking along. Strange, the one that's further away from me is the one that's playing its wings, but maybe they're just getting their wings cleaned. Oh, look at them all. Look at them all. Get a couple pictures here. There you go. You can see the younger ones because they're smaller. Well, I sure don't seem to be scared of people, do they? Yeah, that's nice. Well, they're finding lots to eat. That's good. So, I guess I can see where I parked over there. So I guess we'll go this way through the playground. It's so nice to be back to a park that I first came to regularly nearly 40 years ago, back in 1986. I think that was our first Canada Day. And of course we'd come back in the early 90s and everything. So let me get a picture of the lifeguard stand and a chair. I wrote about that in the Andrew story, Andrew's training. Alright, so we'll wait until we're past the playground and go from there. When I was a kid, this playground had a wooden pirate ship layout. It's been overly simplified now. And the good thing about the park is they have the central road. Wait a minute. You see those steps there? You see that empty step? That's where the Samuel de Champlain Monument was for decades. I am very glad now that I got pictures and video of it back in 2016. I don't know when they took it down. Well, that's strange. Maybe it's part of cancel culture, who knows? But that's where it was. Of course, my car's over there. See all the trees and everything. Now, I will get on the other side of that gazebo so I can get the picture that says Couchiching Park. But here's the amphitheater. Up in there is where the Jubilee Chorale was singing in Canada Day of '95, and Mom and Dad were in it, or at least Mom, so I made sure I got pictures of that. There you go, that's beautiful. Reminds me a bit of the little amphitheater in St. Catharines Montebello Park. And there's the new playground. I'm wondering if it's that parking lot over there that I was thinking of. Okay, let's go out to the end of the dock and get the picture of Couchiching Park coming that way. Be right back. But there's a good lakeside view. See those trees over there with the park benches underneath them? There used to be swings under those trees, and you could swing high enough you could almost touch the treetops. Alright, so we should be far enough out by now to be able to get the Couchiching Park label picture. There we go. It's so dark I can barely see it, but you'll be able to see it in the thumbnail. There you go. I will let that be the thumbnail. Alright, so we continue along the boardwalk See, now we have the boardwalk, and we'll go as far as we can until we have to divert into the paved trail. And you can see all the boat mooring areas over there. And look how far we still have to go to get to the Island Princess. We'll find our way. And here's the benches and the trees and the playground and everything I remember from decades past, because I believe that I parked near the Island Princess last time. I think that's where I parked. Yeah, there's a parking lot right over there. That's the one I used. This time I'm closer to the north end, so it'll be out and back, kind of like how it was in Barrie yesterday. But that's all right. There's another picture of the trees and everything. There you go. Okay, so I'll pick this up once we round the corner. Well, we're almost at the corner. Here's another picture. I don't know what is going on here. Maybe that's why I couldn't find the parking lot. I suspect that where all this digging up is, that's where the parking lot used to be that I remember. The angled slots. Yes, I'm sure it was here. Maybe they're resurfacing it or something. So nice to be back here, knowing that I'm not that far from Wasaga Beach, able to see it. In fact, truth to tell, I like this one better than the Wasaga Beach. Well, and I like the Barrie one as well. Alright, I'm back. So this boardwalk is, again, what Barrie had as well. This is just a much less commercialized one, but it is indeed on the shore of the lake, just like Barrie's along the shore of Kempenfelt Bay. So when I lived in Orillia, I walked along here all the time, rollerbladed along the trail. So this stretch from the northern edge of the beach park to the condos, which is where the skate park is, this will be part one of the Orillia waterfront video. Part two will take us from the condos to the Narrows. And part three will take us from the northern edge of the park all the way up Lackley Street. And that's the trail that I used to practice running on before I enlisted in the military. And here's another beautiful view through the trees. There you go. See, coming back to these places that I visited before the 2010s, but I never got pictures or video of them, so on this house hunting trip, I'm slowly collecting pictures and video, at least partly, of these areas, so that I have them for myself. And there's the big marina and the breakwater and everything. So it's great that we're here now among the shade trees before it gets too warm. I almost thought for a moment I needed my jacket. Oh look at the squirrels over there. They're playing with something. Oh, he's running towards us now. Let me see if I can zoom in and get him. There you go. He's playing with a big stick and now he's just sitting up and posing. Oh, there he goes. There they go. There they go. Huh. That's quite a good picture too. Now let me zoom out on that. There you go. So we wait for it to get down to 1x view and picture. Okay. So we continue on down here and we'll get to the main building, one of the washrooms. And then we start looping around just like we did at Barrie. Oh, and I see something else. Got to get onto the boardwalk to see it properly, but if you zoom in, you can see a red metal outline of a Canada flag out there. Zoom into 10x view. There it is, framed by its two white pillars, and there, picture. I remember that. That's a landmark of Couchiching Beach Park. Yes, it is. Ah, this is great. This is great. All right, I'll be back in a moment or two. We only have about 8 minutes left, so on the way back, I probably won't be doing any videoing. Just on the way out, to the condos and the skate park. All right, here we go. So they've obviously renovated this big building over the past 8 years, clearly. It's been a long time. Came here in 2016 the last time, and there's a view right up to the Anglican Church in downtown Orillia. Anglican Church's luncheon hall is where they had the loony lunches. I think it was every Wednesday. And when I first met Susan, that's where we went. And Paul joined us eventually. Yeah, we rounded this corner. So we must have, in 92 or whatever, we must have parked way down there. Because we walked all this way. Oh, maybe we parked right there. And there's a good view of the Island Princess itself. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit. There you go. And the parking lot, of course. Shoppers Drug Mart, Metro, which I believe used to be Foodland. So, might as well walk right along the boardwalk here. We'll come back on the paved trail. That thing that says Studebakers up there used to be John Dory Seafood. Of course, that was the late 80s, early 90s. I've been living near the Orillia area. Well, we lived continuously from 80 to 97, and I went off to college, but I came back to live in the summer, so take you all the way up to 02, and after that it was just visiting, and then from 05 to 09 I lived in Simcoe County, so up until July of 08 it was Orillia, and then from July of 08 to March of 09 was Barrie. I stayed at the board and base for a clerk training, and then I moved away. Alright, I've been paused for a while. Oh, there's a gazebo. Okay, so there's the Orillia Boat Cruises sign. So they're repainting the front of it white. It's going to be white the whole way through. That's good. Highly appropriate that Veterans Memorial Park is right across the road from the Canadian Legion branch. Isn't it? Yes. And so I guess that's perhaps a cenotaph. And let's there's the geese again. The breakwater, more like a breakwater island. Ah, here we go. The Great War, so 14 through 18. And let's see how much we have left here. 18 minutes out of 21 has been used, so we only have about 3 minutes left, so I'll pause for now until we get to the rollerblading section, the skate park. Here's a plaque that showed when there was once a train here. That's pretty there. So we're getting close to the condo building now. You can see the raised railings of the skate park. Get closer before I get the picture. Never expected to get so much footage on this trip, this house hunting trip, because I didn't know how long it would take before I found a place to live. But there's the skate park's short axis. And there's the skate park's long axis. Let's see if we can get up and get a better picture. There we go. There you go. And there you go. And there you go. Okay, and you can see the sign. See, here you go. Here's the sign. Now the rules are all faded even under the plexiglass, but there you go. And so you come out near the condos, like the older condos. the newer under construction condos. We have about a minute and a half left. So we'll get up to the top of the trail here. So that will be part 2, all the way out to the Narrows. So there's the preview picture. And we're out of view now, out of room.